Guys, what's up everyone, and welcome to Young Titan World. I hope you guys are having a pleasant and fantastic day. How's it been going with you guys? I think we need to do a little bit of a heads up. A background check, quality update of what goes on in Young Titan World. As quickly as I entered into the working industry, oh gosh, I can't finish that sentence. As quickly as I entered into the working industry, so as I was quickly exited from the working industry, high hopes blown up in no small fashion. I felt like this entire day could have been avoided if I had just told them that I did not have what was required. Long story short, I'm no longer in the working industry. I thought I was gonna be, but it did make me realize something. It was so suffocating. No matter how many times anyone reassured me that was a beautiful and lovely working environment, it was only something that fucked me over and made me feel like I was struggling to be okay. I can't stand being in the room with a lot of people. In fact, I have this sort of spatial awareness that is very uncomfortable. Let's say for instance, like I'm walking and you're like 20 steps, 50 steps behind me. I can still feel your presence. So imagine sitting there, or imagine being close to a person that is me and feeling and noticing all of this in such a manner. It's just absolutely diabolical. And that's crazy, it's crazy. It's crazy that I thought that I was going to be okay with it. I had been able to adapt myself to even absorb that. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I want to talk about is how crazy all of this is turning out. Most of the time, when I have a plan to do something, it gets blown off course. We're talking whatever plan the Young Titan decides to go along with, it's thrown into a pot of lava and then frozen over, dropped from a plane of 1,000 feet, land on a concrete floor and blown with an atomic bomb. So we're talking an absolute disregard for whatever it is that I had in mind. And maybe some people would say that you're being ridiculous. But it's never that. But just as that happens, there's also a much better plan ahead. A plan that I don't understand. The place that I was kicked out of and got bummed over, they lost their best people in the months that followed. I didn't want to wish anything bad to happen to them, but that happened to them. They lost their guys. And do I want to feel happy about it? I do, a little bit. But the one thing that I didn't want to do is to be the reason that happened. Also, that also didn't work out the way I wanted it to, so who am I? So now here's the thing, all right? Here's how it's gonna go. Today is what? Gotta check the date. to see something. Okay, today is the 23rd of August, 2023. Time is 9:53. One of the only reasons why I'm taking down this particular date is the date that I realized that I am not going to be under anyone's payroll. I'm gonna be the one dishing out the payrolls. I'm gonna be the person in charge. I'm gonna be HR, CEO, CFO, everything. It's not like I don't want to work for someone else. But I believe that after all that has happened, there's only one way to explain all that is happening. I'm sorry, but it's like I'm lost for words right now. I wanted to understand what God had in mind. Thought I figured out his plan, but I was wrong, as I've always been. He protects me, he loves me, and as much as I'd like to say that I figure out what he's thinking, yeah, that never happens. That never freaking happens. So let's just say that right now, as every piece of this world will now come into terms with the fact that I exist and cannot cut me out of the equation, let the days of the young Titan be acknowledged by every entity that exists in time and space. Anyways, I want us to talk about something incredibly different. And it's not going to be about anything real. I just, I don't know. I really feel like there's not a lot to there's not a lot to say when you're a streamer. If you're not like wild and rowdy, you're mostly not making it out alive, you know. And I want to be loud and rowdy. In fact, one of my traits is being loud and rowdy. I was loud and rowdy like about a minute ago. Not about 30 minutes ago. I was loud and rowdy. Like, we're talking crazy rowdy when I was at McDonald's. But you see, I was not being loud and rowdy to disturb the peace. I was loud and rowdy because I wanted to have a conversation with the Twitch streamers that, at least the people that were streaming me, which was technically two. Young Titan World is growing. I understand that. And I know that there is no excuse for what is to be my life. But eventually, as every timepiece of mine goes into scrutiny, I have to say that I have never been called out at a cafe. All right? So here's what happened today. I was sitting there streaming Teamfight Tactics. I would call myself a veteran, a strategist, a deep thinker, if you will. And I was talking like casually, and there was this lady behind me. You know, this lady who was completely engrossed with her work. In fact, she wasn't even using the McDonald's Wi-Fi. She brought her own Wi-Fi, and she was doing her own shit. Like, she was on a whole nother level. And I was just sitting close to her, you know. It's like, I got my booth, and my booth is close to your booth. So we're basically neighbors. So I'm in there, and I'm like doing this regular chatting thing. I got my headset on, got my microphone on, but my headset blocks out sound. And whilst I'm trying to stream, I'm trying to watch a TikTok video as well. But I can't hear it because I got the headsets on. So, in popular dumbass fashion, I decided that I was going to increase the volume of the TikTok video. And it's high as fuck, but I don't hear shit because, to me, it's low. I just crank it up to the highest volume and I'm listening to it whilst I'm trying to play a game of Teamfight Tactics. And basically it's like loading, trying to get new players. So yeah, we got some time to watch it. But then she complains to me. She taps me on the shoulder and it's like, dude, your video is too loud. It's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So I decreased the volume, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I'm so sorry to this woman. I barely met her and I'm already ruining her day. And then I go at it again. But not the same way, you see. Because I'm having this chat and this conversation. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, we stopped the loud video. But now it's something completely different. It's me talking. I am talking fucking loud. I'm giving decibels that are illegal. My voice is all over the place. And, oh my gosh. She's pissed. But she doesn't know how to say it. So you know what she does? She also tries to make noise. She increases the volume of the background music, trying as much as possible to get my attention. Kind of like make enough noise so that a guy can turn and ask you to lower the voice, like the volume, so that you can have in the conversation agree that we're both making noise. But it doesn't work on me. I'm bulletproof, bro. If you're making noise, you're only encouraging me to shout. And I want to shout. I want to go fucking all out. I want to go crazy. Burn that shit. Come on. Let's go. Let's fucking go. You want to be loud? I'm also be loud. So yeah, she can't handle it no more because she herself is not exactly sold on being loud. She cranked up the music and the sound's pretty loud, but she doesn't like it, okay? She doesn't like it. So in an attempt to get me to rein in the demons that surround her, she chooses to report me to the McDonald's manager or whoever was in charge that time. So the guy comes over to me and he's like, dude, please vacate this booth and go try some in the back. And I'm like, dude, I can't do that. I promise. What did I do wrong? Like, nigga, you loud as fuck. It's like, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I would never do that. Bitch, you so loud, we can hear you at the back when we're taking orders. Oh, God. I didn't mean it like that. Fine, I'll be quiet. So, dude comes up to me, tells me that I'm being loud as fuck. And so, in order to, bring back the peace, I tell him that I'm gonna be quiet. It's like, dude, okay, fine. Pause. Okay, so where was I? Right. So now I'm supposed to be like super silent and quiet because I promised the manager guy that I was not gonna make any more noise. And I'm like, okay, I've learned my lesson. I'm no longer gonna be the bad boy. I'm gonna be complacent, understanding, reasonable. I'm gonna lower them decibels. Make sure I'm not a fiend or a threat. And so, like, for the rest of the... I'm chilling out my voice because I'm entering into, like, some really crazy territory. But yeah, I've decided that I'm going to be more understanding, try to make less noise. And so this is what's going on. I wanted to like turn back and really apologize to the woman, but between trying to work up the deflation of my ego and finishing the game, because I was still playing. So between those two and just acknowledging the sheer error of my ways, I was not able to do. And I regret it. Anyways, I'm gonna have to end it over here because this is the part where I begin to shut up so well. So I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for the plays. Thank you. And bye. We'll talk about subscriptions another time. It's not like I'm gonna die.